can convince me that I'm attractive. That's why it's hard for me to receive compliments. That's why it's hard for me to trust that what people are saying they mean, because my life experience tells me otherwise.
Maybe if you make a change.
But you know what
but
you know what we call this, right?
What?
Cognitive dissonance.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you're being told, society is programming you with one thought. You're being told lies by your friends constantly. And then in real life, you get completely opposing results. And you can't figure out why that's happening. And the reason why that's happening is pretty obvious, but she's genuinely confused as to why she's not getting the results that people say she's supposed to get.
Right.
And that is like, that's terrible. Because it's like, you spun this lady out because the internet and everyone is filling her head with lies. Yeah. It's like, but you go out in the street and different things happen. If people told you that the whole internet, everyone kept programming you that you go outside and the sun would never set, and then your ass go outside and see it get dark, you don't know, oh my God. Right? It's like, real life, if it doesn't match what you're being told, then you need to reevaluate your thought paradigm. Hey, yo, it's Poppy, yo. I'm Ace.
Hi, and I'm Star. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
I bet. Let's get into it. Alright, so boom. We're back with MTR and a lady who is looking a lot like Lizzo, who is telling us that she's upset that men don't want to date her, and she doesn't understand why she's not getting the same results as her other pretty friends. Well, let's hear the complaint, and then we'll see what we're talking about.
Because I want to talk about something that I haven't heard, and I just want to know if any women are experiencing this. Quick backstory. Coming up, I always had low self-esteem. I never felt attractive. I didn't really have friends. I was pretty much a loner. And so, as an adult, I still have some of those thoughts in my mind. And it could honestly affect how I present myself when I'm out. But with that said, I have a lot of gorgeous friends, okay? Everybody's pretty. Everybody's pretty. Can we talk about how we are not the woman that's like ever approached in the friend group? More specifically, how you internalize it, how you deal with it. You know, because it's hard for me to believe that I'm the pretty girl when I'm out and men don't approach me. I tell you guys all the time that, like, I get the most attention from guys on the internet, not out in public.
I mean, let's look at this rationally, right? You were in the group. I assume when she says we, she means the larger friend in the group.
Overweight.
Yeah, overweight. She's saying, why don't we get the same attention, and why do men don't come up to me?
The same desire.
Right, the same desire. Well, that's because, generally speaking, men don't find that attractive. And being large like that is not a immutable characteristic. It's not like being black or being short or something. Like, those are things that you can't control. You're born like that. You weren't born like this. You unfortunately ate and failed to exercise your way into being this. Mm-hmm. So you're trying to make the argument that, well, I'm just like all the rest of them, so why am I not getting the results that I'm getting? As if like, oh, it's just a different face. But not, it's also a different body, and men have the right to say what type of body types they do and don't want to date. Right. The same way y'all all like tall men. That's honestly body shaming against men. Mm-hmm. You saying you like tall men? You can't control how tall you are.
Right.
So you were born that way. So you discriminate against every dude below 6 feet. You say, no, I don't want to date them. They're not attractive. Okay. But if that's the case, then why are you confused as to why men, when they say, I don't want to date a bigger girl, when there's smaller girls available? You don't want to date the short guys when there's tall guys available. What's the
short guys available?
Right. The short guys are there. What's your confusion? Like, I don't understand. And go ahead.
What I don't understand is men are the buyers.
Right.
You have to sell yourself and attract them and they have to buy. So instead of actually, making yourself the best seller to give to yourself to that opposite sex,
they're just saying they just say I'm gonna be how I'm gonna be,
right?
And you must buy,
right?
And it's like, you can't tell me what to do with my resources, with my time, my energy, and my money. You can't tell me what to like, and you can't say to me that if I don't like people shaped like this, especially when it's in your control, because you can go to the gym. That I don't like people shaped like this. I don't like, but that I don't want to date. I don't prefer not to date people shaped like that. Then, or even better, if I'm in shape, I want someone as in shape as me.
Right.
So if I'm not allowed to have that preference, then what are men just like these things that you just make demands and they must do what you say? It's like this whole thing is weird, bro.
And what I don't like, we don't have an issue. Me and my husband do not have an issue with overweight people. It's the fact that people that stature.
It's the entitlement.
It's the entitlement that we have to accept. They're pushing their agenda that say you have to love us because you don't feel acceptable about yourself.
Right.
That you need somebody else to love you,
right. So
and
she's
you
saying,
must love us.
So she's saying that the world would not be correct unless the same amount of men that come up to her skinnier friends also come up to her, and it's like, that's not rational, because that's not what they want, and you can't ever force that on them. Like, don't you understand that?
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. They're the beholder.
Don't you understand that? Like, it's just silly. Like, no man would ever say, like, I guarantee she's not dating big belly men. Why is that? Like, the dudes you're going after, you're not
always fit.
They don't want them. You're not in their category. They don't want you. There's nothing you can do about that.
I for the most part, I've never approached, just to keep it a buck. Or I'm approached by super older guys, like 50 and up. Nobody in my age range. And I don't care how many times my friends tell me I'm pretty, people at church tell me I'm pretty. When it's all said and done and I'm in a room with them, I'm never seen. And it's kind of hard to deal with. And then you can't even really talk to your homegirls about it, because if you tell them, then they're going to be self-conscious about how they are in your presence, and you don't want to dim their light because you love them.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad, but it's all. But
you did that to yourself by allowing yourself to get to that level, knowing. The thing is, human beings are not meant to be overweight. Right.
But listen. You could also say this is something that society has done to her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
coddling.
Because there are some women who, because of what society has said, they don't go to the gym. Because it's what society has said.
You're beautiful.
So they stay exactly how they are.
Coddling.
And then they continue to get negative results, and then they end up crying on the internet and confused as to why they're not getting the results that society tells them they're supposed to get, regardless of what size they are. But that's not reality.
And you cannot say that I wouldn't understand that, because there was a point where I was gaining weight and I looked at myself and I hated myself. It made me uncomfortable, and I decided the only way that I can do something about this is by being active. I made that choice. So you can change these things and get the results you want and be happy and get what you want, but yet you continue to sabotage yourself.
Right.
Why?
You can't sabotage yourself and
then cry.
And then cry and be belligerent as to what the problem is. Like, she's giving the speech, but then is like confused as to what the problem is. Yet a lot of
I wonder why.
But yeah, that's right. Fuck? It's like a lot of the people that watch this would be like, I know what the problem is. I knew the first 3 seconds you started talking.
Yep.
But like,
if you want,
but if you say that to her face, or you say it directly without beating around the bush like we have been for the past 3 minutes, that they'll call you fatphobic, they'll call you misogynistic, they say you're being mean. It's like, well, if
we're giving you the truth,
we're telling you the truth.
We're not coddling you. We're giving you the truth.
Right.
Now, if you want to be overweight and you're comfortable with yourself, that's fine.
But then you have
be
to
happy.
But then you have to understand that you may not force other people to like you.
Right. You cannot.
You can't do that.
They can be friends with you, but they might not date you.
Right. You can't force people to date you. So you may have to understand that the prospects you have may be less. And if that's something that you can't come to terms with, then you need to get in the gym. That's it.
Well, like, that doesn't make sense. I don't know. How do y'all deal with it?
You're not looking
do you talk
at
to your
it.
own girls? Do you just internalize it? Do you talk to other people?
Don't tell
No.
you. Don't. I mean,
Ignore the feelings? Like,
No, look at the
do
bigger
something about
picture.
it. Do something
And
about
then
it.
right.
I meditate or I look at myself in the mirror, I feel beautiful, and then I get around other pretty girls and I feel like the ugly duckling.
This is the impact of
Jeez.
lying to women. You
Coddling.
see, they hated Kevin Samuels for calling out women when they were too big when they called into his show. But if women like this heard the uncomfortable truth
Earlier in
years
life,
before,
right?
You're
They could have.
then they had to hear it then.
They could have made a
The
difference. They
question
could have made
is,
a
was she
made a
sought to
choice.
fix the particular issue? You see, you panderers are the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Not the
Absolutely.
people that talk about these uncomfortable truths.
And nobody can convince me that I'm attractive. That's why it's hard for me to receive compliments. That's why it's hard for me to trust that what people are saying they mean, because my life experience tells me otherwise. Otherwise.
Maybe if you make a change.
But you know what
You get it.
but you know what we call this, right?
What?
Cognitive dissonance.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you're being told, society is programming you with one thought. You're being told lies by your friends constantly. And then in real life, you get completely opposing results. And you can't figure out why that's happening. And the reason why that's happening is pretty obvious, but it because the programming is so deep and the indoctrination is so deep that you can't possibly come to terms with that fact, because saying that fact would destroy everything that's built on top of it. So
That confidence that you have.
right, everything would be destroyed by that, because that's what you've been holding on to.
And
so
all that work that you're going to have to realize that you're going to have to put in.
Right.
And that's probably scary.
right, and so they can't handle
work.
it. Right, and
it's
so
work.
it's a dogmatic belief. So you simply dismiss it. Oh no, they're just being fatphobic. They're this, they're that, and then you still get the negative results. It's sad.
So how do you deal with it if you are dealing with it? Ladies.
I legitimately feel bad regarding what I'm seeing right here.
Yeah, because you don't want to be mean to her, but it's
Right.
like it's because she's not doing it in a way that's like arrogant and
Right.
aggressive,
Like Lizzo.
like Lizzo or like other people who be just wilding and,
Right.
and saying crazy stuff like I must accept you just be like
Right.
how you are and whatever. She's not even
Right.
saying all that. She's genuinely confused as to why she's not getting the results that people say she's supposed to get.
Right.
And that is like, that's terrible. Because like you spun this lady out because the internet and everyone is filling her head with lies.
Yeah.
It's like, but you go out in the street and different things happen. If people told you that the whole internet, everyone kept programming you that you go outside and the sun would never set, and then your ass go outside and see it get dark, you don't know, oh my God. Right? It's like real life, if it doesn't match what you're being told, then you need to reevaluate your thought paradigm.
Here to a degree, but the thing is like, I took a look at her Instagram. I'm not gonna bring it up here because I want you guys to want to go find her and talk to her or anything like that. But she's large. She's extremely large, and the thing is like she doesn't have an ugly face. And I think that if she lost 80 pounds, she would be way more attractive than what she is right now. And she wouldn't have to make a particular video like this if she didn't reside in a culture that will pander to you irrespective of the truth that scientists and doctors talk about. But this is the reality outside of all of the body positivity bullshit.
Yeah, but we're not even talking about the health ailments. I mean, that's a separate issue. But just straight up the desire for the opposite sex to approach you, like the delusion on that point alone is pretty startling.
Not only that, it's just a simple fact, like, I find it ridiculous how everybody goes to the doctor for their health and well-being, yet when it comes to this topic, being overweight, everybody likes to challenge these doctors.
Right.
Yet you go to the doctor when you have a cold, when you have this, when you have something internally going on with you.
And you believe them.
And you believe them.
But if they tell you to lose weight, no.
This is inaccurate. Absurd.
If they tell you to lose weight, nah, fatphobic.
The science behind this is outdated, obsolete. It doesn't
Right.
matter. Like, no. This is like mind blowing to me. Like, are you kidding? Are you kidding? You're gonna go against your doctor, your physicians, the people who studied this.
You think that's
And
the
get
first? You think that's the first time that people go against medical information?
I don't understand.
People
at
say
all.
whatever they want. People say all kind of stuff.
Conspiracist.
This is the
people.
reality.
Yeah.
She's looking at the data as presented to her when she goes out to reality, not the data from her pandering girlfriends that just want her to feel good.
Right.
Ladies, can we start a thread? Because I want to talk about something.
Hey boo, I'm Rhea, and you don't know me, but I wanted to stitch your video, and I just want to say you something today. You're gorgeous. You are beautiful. You are enough. You are worth it. You are amazing. And I don't care
We doing good so far?
what
Hold on.
anybody says or thinks or anything. You got to get a confidence, a true confidence in yourself
She has
to know
that.
that
Hold on.
I'm worth this. And just because
With what, exactly?
men don't pick you out of your friend group, that doesn't mean that you're not worth it. That doesn't mean that you're not gorgeous. That doesn't mean that you're not beautiful.
Okay.
It just means that they are not the ones for you.
No, see, there's your problem. There's the problem. I was with you until you said that. Because I'm fine with giving people confidence, and you should feel confident however you look, and then work to better yourself. But it doesn't mean that you should have no self-confidence until you reach where you want to go. You should be able to just build the confidence as you go.
Facts.
So that makes sense to me. But, and obviously she's having a bad time of it, so you don't be mean to her. But it's just, he said they're not the ones for you. There's your mistake, because that's gonna continue the delusion that you can just exist like this, and eventually you'll find the one for you. It's like, what you have to understand is that there are a lot of people that could be the one for you, and by
Eventually you'll hit lotto.
But by that's
Eventually
not
you hit lotto, right? Keep your chances going. Go ahead.
There are a lot of people that could be the one for you, but if you remain this size, a lot of them won't want you.
Lower your chances.
So so just what she said, there is someone out there for you.
Yeah,
but
there is.
But you're lowering the chances that you're gonna find him, because you're reducing the choices.
Right.
You're reducing your choices basically, because the world, this isn't a Disney fairy tale where it's just one guy walking around and that's your soulmate. That's usually not how this works. So it's like you have many potential soulmates out there, and the thing is,
do they desire?
But do they want you?
Right.
And that's the thing. And
right.
you need to realize that you need to make yourself into something that they want also.
Right.
Not just from a personality standpoint, because that's not all there is to relationships.
Right. Because when a man sees you, he gonna see all of you.
Jesus.
When a man wants you, he's gonna want you for you, not because you're portraying to be somebody else or anything like that. He's gonna want you because you work unapologetically. And that's what I'm trying to say.
It's not just you unapologetically. Your personality is not all that makes you who you are.
I once was like
it's
that.
what you look like.
That mindset. I once had that perspective about myself. Then I had to think, if I don't love me, how in the world do I expect for somebody else to come in and do the same? No. You got to be confident in you. So what, men don't pick you up and they pick everybody else up in the friend group? They ain't.
What do you mean, so what? She's obviously having a tough time.
Like what do you mean?
What do you mean?
Like,
so
what? You're getting bad results.
What? Time.
So what? You're not getting what you want.
The issue.
They're gonna so what themselves to age 50 with 10 cats and no husband. That's what you're gonna do.
She has the confidence, but not getting the results. And you keep telling her, saying, "So what?" And this is the issue.
You're just reinforcing the negative situation, and you're not helping.
No.
You're not. You're being nice, but you're not helping.
Yeah.
For you, and that's okay. It's gonna take a special person to love you correctly.
Oh
She's looking at the actual data, but I think that the uncomfortable truth can be articulated very succinctly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you have been unable to actively manage your waistline or your body, then why would a man that has actively managed the utility in his life want to include you in his life? Because if you're unable to take yourself serious, then what makes him think that you'll take him serious? There's kids.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, bro.
Because you put yourself in a higher risk of health ailments and issues, and that alone can be detrimental to the person that you're going to be with. That's medical bills, having to take care of you. Yes, if they love you, they will do it no matter what. But why would you want to put them in that burden? Why would you want to be that burden for them? You want to be better for yourself and for them.
Right. Anyway, that's it for this one. I'll holler at you. Yo,
Don't let yourself go.
like the video. Subscribe. I know y'all not subscribed. I'm mad at you watching and you're not subscribed. Subscribe to the shit. Do it. Press it. Do it right now. I'm gonna wait for you. Hold on. You did that shit? Alright.